Howdy, Beefalo Bart here, and welcome. A little bit different. I'm actually playing a game. This is World of Warships by Wargaming. It is a free-to-play, free-to-download game. And quickly go over some of the ships that I've got in my inventory, what I think about them. Well, I don't play it all that much, so whatever. Just my personal thoughts on some of these vessels. The Furitaka Japanese cruiser. It has 3 guns on the rear, 3 guns on the front, and a triple torpedo launcher on either side. So you can fire 3 from this side, 3 from that side, separately. It's okay. A Nicholas, I really haven't played much at all right now. I just assigned the commander on from the Clemson. I just got this. I haven't really done anything with it, so kind of working on it. This captain right here is a 10-point captain, and I'll cover that here in just a minute. And the Nicholas is a destroyer, by the way. So this is actually a destroyer. It's not meant to use its guns very much. You got 3, 4, 5 guns, but you've got 2 triple torpedo launchers on either side. Respectable. I'm sure I can figure out how to use it. I just haven't played it yet. The Omaha is an American cruiser. You've got your main turret up front with 2 guns, and on the back you've got 2 more guns here. Then you've got your secondaries, which are smaller guns. Not a whole lot of experience with playing this one much yet. The Bogatyr, and the reason why I'm going to be playing this one in this video is because right now there's it's called their raffle, and you got to play 5 battles in it to get qualified to be entered for the raffle. So you got guns here, guns all down the side, and another turret up front. A lot of guns, no torpedoes. It is a tier 3 cruiser in a Russian line. The Emil Burton, I really like this one whenever I can play it the way it's supposed to be played. And you got 2 turrets in the front with 3 guns. You got 1 turret in the back with 3 guns. You got some secondaries and anti-aircraft, and you got a triple torpedo launcher on either side. The best way that I found to play the Emil Burton, which is a French cruiser, is actually to play this thing more like a sniper. You get back from the action and play parasitic. Use islands, use cover, whatever you can. It cannot take hits. It cannot. It is like a floating citadel. You can get destroyed and wrecked in no time. But if you're left to your own and you're not being targeted by the enemy, you can dish out a pretty fair amount of damage with either armor piercing or high explosive rounds. The Wakataki tier 5 destroyer, Japanese. We've got 2 midline twin torpedo launchers. So for a torpedo-based frickin' destroyer, you're not real thick on frickin' guns. You've only got 3 total, and you've only got the 2 launchers. So I really don't like this particular boat. Then Japanese battleship tier 5. You've got 2 front turrets, have 2 guns each. The back has 2 turrets with 2 guns each. So not bad. I don't play a lot of battleships. The Albany was a tier 2 premium that I got some time ago. I've had this game and I've played this game for quite a long time, but not a lot of gameplay. Pretty fair amount of guns, some on the sides, so you can only fire them if your target is on that side. The St. Louis, if played correctly, holy crap. You've got guns. You got 1 on the rear, you got 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, 2 here, 1 here. You've got guns all over this damn thing. So if you play it right, you can just turn this into a fire monster. Pretty fun. The South Carolina, which I live in South Carolina, so I got to keep this one. You got 2 front turrets with 2 guns, 2 rear turrets with 2 guns. It's okay. It's a tier 3 battleship. It's not great. You got the Bogue, which is my tier 5 and my only carrier. So you've got your a squadron of fighters, torpedo bombers, and dive bombers. Not great. You get 2 of each, and it works. It's not bad overall. New Mexico, my highest normal battleship, which is tier 6. I know, not high, but you've got 2 triple gun turrets on the front and on the back. So it's not bad. It really can't take the kind of damage that I like. Orlean was the starter Russian cruiser, tier 3. Not bad for tier 1. You've got 2 turrets total. Well, 1 front, 1 back with 2 guns. A Diana, a premium that I got for something, I don't know. Tier 2 premium cruiser. The Dursky. Okay. This gun ship here, or this destroyer, you've got 1 cannon in the front. You got 2 cannons in the rear. So basically it's good for running away from shit. But you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 torpedo launchers that fire 2 torpedoes each. They're midline, so you can fire them off the left or the right. Doesn't matter which one, as long as you're aimed in the right direction. And they're not high damage. They don't go very far, so they got a really short range. But the reload time is stupid. You can just sit there and spam torpedoes. And if you really want to piss off people in a co-op battle, then go into a division of 3 of these guys or 5 of these guys and just absolutely just be a pest, because you're going to screw in co-op whatever you take. If your team has 3 of these, then the co-op enemy team is bots, and all the bots are going to have the same exact ships that your team has. So if you've got 3 of these or 5 of these in a group, then you're going to face 3 or 5 of them, the same number on the other team. And like I said, even though they're short range, you can really cause a ruckus whenever you get into a group of these guys. If you play it right, you run in a straight line with each other and say, okay, we're going to attack this target. You all 3 steam in together, all 3 launch together. Nothing is going to survive an attack run from 3 of these guys. But you're going to piss off the rest of your team because you're going to have the equal number on the enemy team. This is the tier 4 version of it. It's not as much fun as you would think compared to the other one. Oh, it's a higher tier, so it must be better. But you're down to 3 torpedo launchers without the reload speed, 3 rear guns, and 2 front guns. Again, it's good for running away. But you still have to angle correctly to get those guns to work. Sorry, you got 2 guns on the back and 2 on the front. But only 3 triple launchers. Now, moving into the German line, the Dresden. I honestly couldn't remember anything about this ship whatsoever. It's just occupying a space that I can sell later to get something else. German destroyers. I don't have a lot of time playing them, but you do have a torpedo launcher on the front that, when you're playing, you can actually shoot them at a forward angle. So you can make a run in and shoot as you're going in if you're off at a slight angle, and then you can actually fire your other launchers once you start turning out. So you got 2 midship launchers that have really crazy angles on them. Kohlberg, tier 3 cruiser, German line. Don't remember a whole heck of a lot about that. You got some guns on the side and front and rear. As far as I remember, you got no torpedoes. The Nassau is a tier 3 German battleship. So you've got a turret in the front, 2 turrets on either side, on each side, which is oddball, and then you got a rear turret. So as you're firing to the left side, you actually can put 4 turrets on target. But then if you got someone that pops up on the right, you can turn around, and now you'll have 2 turrets that are easier to get on target quickly and be able to fire that way. So it has its benefits. This is my main premium tank, and this was a gift from a good friend. Thank you, Eagle. This can be a disgusting amount of fun, or it can be a revolting pain in the ass. You've got 4 main turrets with really big ass guns. It's tier 8, so it does pretty fair amount of damage. The secondary guns on this thing are bigger than the tier 3 guns on some of the other ships that I've got. It even has torpedoes. You've got a triple launcher, or I'm sorry, a quadruple launcher on either side. And people forget that at this big of a battleship, they get up there and they try to get up and close and like, I'm going to get on top of this guy and just wreck his ass. And then they forget that I can launch 4 torpedoes into your ass and you're done. Black Swan, Tier 1, it's a starter German, British cruiser. That's what you start off with on a British line. Also just a placeholder for right now. The Caledon's a Tier 3 British cruiser. Yeah, it's got 2 torpedo launchers, couple guns, not horrible. And then battleship-wise, the Bellerophon, or whatever the hell you pronounce that, you've got 4 turrets you can aim on either side, but you've got 2 side-mounted turrets, 1 on either side. So you can bring 4 turrets to bear at any one given time. Unusual arrangement. I guess it works. French, the Gerion. It's also got side guns to it, so you can transition left and right a little bit easier. Turian, that's a Tier 3 battleship for the Frenchies. Again, side turrets, unusual. But you got 2 on either side, so you can always bring at most 4 turrets to bear on either target. And then the last one being a Pan-Asian destroyer. They've got crap guns. You've got 2 midship torpedo launchers, so it's not great for dumping torpedo-wise, but they're deep water torpedoes. The problem you run into is you got a bunch of noob-ass retards who play lower tiers and are just not smart enough to be able to get to higher tiers, and they're too stupid to pay attention where they're throwing their torpedoes. So if there's multiple destroyers on your team and they're all piled up together in one area, like, okay, I'm going to go over here, and next thing you know, there's 3 other destroyers there. They're throwing torpedoes left and right. Their dumbasses are liable to sink you in the process. But with a deep water torpedo that this thing launches, these are going too deep to actually hit the destroyers. So I can be surrounded by destroyers and be throwing these torpedoes wherever I want and don't have to worry about hitting friendly destroyers. So that's the one upside. The downside is, if you are fighting against another destroyer, you're going to have to rely on your guns, and these are very lackluster, and you've only got 4 of them. So, let's go back to commanders. I have a 10-point commander on this guy, on the Furry Taco, and for better or for worse, I have equipped him with priority target, so I know how many people are actually targeting me, so let me know how badly I need to get my ass in cover. I've got expert marksman. It increases the traverse speed of my main battery guns, so I can get my guns on target a little bit faster. In hindsight, I probably should have done last stand. So whenever my steering or whatever is knocked out, I can still maneuver a little bit better. I should have put that in it. Basic fire training improves the main guns and AA mounts, so you get a little bit better shooting ability. And then, for better or for worse, I also put inertia fuse for high explosive shells. What that's supposed to do is allow the shells to penetrate a little bit deeper into the hull of the ship that you're shooting at before they explode. So in theory, you can do more damage with these. So I've got a 10-point captain on there, and scrolling around at my captains, I realized, and I don't know where he came from, I just ended up with him. I found on the ones I have for Russia, I found a 10-point captain for Russian cruisers. So I put him on here and I'm retraining him. I gotta get him more experience before he'll be back to full. So right now, while this experience bar is still red, the effectiveness of my skills are only at 50%. But risk of modules being incapacitated is reduced by 30%. I have last stand, so if I do get hit, I can still kind of maneuver and get out of the harm's way. Now, I use Demolition Expert to increase the chance of causing a fire by 2%. with the inertia fuse for high explosive shells, you lose a chance to set fires by 1%. So I still gain 1% over the top of what is lost from that. If the guns are over 139 millimeters, you lose 3%, but it still kind of balances out to where I still do pretty fair number of fires. That's what I want. I want to set people on fire because it's continual damage. If they use their damage control, which actually stops the fires, you pop them again, set them on fire again, and now they can't repair. They're just going to burn until the fires burn out normally. So I'm going to go ahead and play a co-op battle in this ship, and let's see what we can do with it. So this is not something I normally do, and I'm not going to do a whole lot of battles with it. I'm going to do like 1 or 2 battles. I've already got the minimum number done in this ship for qualifying for the event, but I want to make sure, and plus it's kind of a fun ship. So I'll do 1 battle in this, and then I'll do 1 battle in the Durski, just to kind of show off the stupid factor of those torpedoes. Don't really care if I do very well with it. I just want to go and have a little bit of fun with it. And isn't that what playing a game is all about, is having fun? I don't get stupid over stats. I don't get all kind of crazy over stuff. And look, we got a pinky. What that means is that player right there, Apex Viper, has obviously shot friendly targets enough to where they are now marked as a team damager. Not necessarily a team killer, but they've done damage to teammates. So you want to give these guys kind of a wide berth, because they're obviously either just... It's kind of hard to make an honest mistake and go pink. You really kind of need to be retarded. Now, I have gone pink, but I never said I wasn't retarded, so whatever. Alright, I tend to... And look, you've already got somebody causing damage to another friendly. Whole lot of stupid going on. Lewis, which is spelled weirdly and probably incorrectly, is over there shooting another teammate. Why? And he's steadily shooting at him. Why in the hell is that idiot constantly shooting at that Miyogi? That's the problem with playing in a free-to-play game in lower-tier environment, is there is a whole lot of stupid that's allowed to go on, because there's no way of effectively reporting these people and getting them kicked out of the freaking game. There's no policing inside the game whatsoever, and that's one of the things I hate about any free-to-play game. What I really hate about Wargaming products is little ass clowns can get away with it, and if I cuss somebody out, then I'm chat throttled for 3 days for calling somebody out for being an absolute and utter piece of trash, like that idiot over there shooting his own teammate. Now the Miyogi has turned pink because his guns do more damage, and he shot back. And it shows whatever the hell his damn name is, received a disciplinary penalty for causing damage to allies. But the Miyogi probably only shot back 1 time, but because his guns do more damage, he received the penalty instantly, versus the ass clown over here in this St. Louis, who was repeatedly shooting at his own teammate. Tell me how that's fair. So Miyogi is pink now because he got fed up with this little ass clown in the St. Louis, who is now eating torpedoes because he's stupid. Yes, if you are Lewis F168, you're a fucking piece of trash. You're worthless crap for shooting your own teammate enough to cause him to shoot you back and make himself turn pink, because you instigated the problem. You deserve to be banned from the game. Not just have discipline taken against you. That discipline needs to be a ban. You need to be out of this damn game. You don't deserve to be here. Now I'm spotted by aircraft. Those are fighter aircraft going after the friendly bombers. And I got nothing in range of me right now, so I got nothing to shoot at. This dumbass over here in the Nassau decided it was safe for him to go alone. He has no help. He just went off by himself. And that's either going to work really good for him because he can sneak around and not be seen. I don't think that's going to be the case. Or he's going to get over there and get absolutely wrecked because he has no help. And no, I'm not going to go help him just because he chose to go alone. Alright, so finally getting some targets that are in range here. They're not fully in range, but and I'm going to stick to the HE because I have that perk available. I'm going to utilize it. Oh, you're just about done for. That's a St. Louis, and that's a bot, naturally, because it's the enemy team. And just did a fair amount of damage, set him on fire. The other guy took him out, which is fine. He did the majority of the damage. That's too far away. There we go. Sail broadside on. That's what you need to do. I want to just keep pounding this battleship, this Myogi, with these high explosive impact inertia fuses. I want to try to hit the upper deck, the superstructure, because that's where I'm going to get the best penetration value. And there, set him on fire. He put the fire out immediately, so it means he used his repair ability. So now if I can get him set on fire again, now he's getting hit with torpedoes. Someone's launching the skill on this guy. And there's the fire. So he's going to continue to burn because he's already used his damage control. He almost hit the damn island. I'm going to watch where I'm going here because I'm straying away from the enemy. I want to keep trying to shift my position a little bit of where I'm shooting because I want to keep this guy on fire. I want to keep making hits so I get damage points, but I want to keep his ass on fire. And there. I didn't get the kill, but I got plenty of damage on him. Now, normally you can sit there and completely estimate with the range bar that you've got for your movement, but you have to kind of adjust and kind of lead your target. I do have to watch out because there are planes here. You get that torpedo warning even if there's no chance that torpedoes are going to hit you. Alright, he's on fire and the fires went out, so his damage control just got used. So if I set him back on fire again, he's just going to keep on burning. Oh, taking out his secondaries. And start turning back towards the enemy again. He has a battleship, so he's going to have a lot more health. Oh, he just got wrecked. Now, just because the mountain's in the way, if I don't have the mountain icon, that means my shells can actually pass over the mountain and arc down onto the target. So I'm hitting a guy I can't even see because of the arc of my shells. So he's in bad shape. He's burning pretty good. Even though I haven't made any kills whatsoever, I've got over 26,000 damage. And I got the kill on that guy because I set him on fire. Though somebody else did a fair amount of damage to him, I got the kill because I did the fire damage. Now you got these two ship monkeys over here that are pink, and the other ship monkey that should be pink. And I just saw this plane appear from over here, so that tells me the carrier is directly this direction here. There's already a friendly destroyer over there because, you know, he left the entire team to go chase him down. And what is his score? He's got 3 kills. So I can't blame him. He's actually carried his weight around. But he just got hit with dive bombers. And he is just about sunk. So I can still see airplanes coming up from over here, which tells me that the carrier is pretty much about where my cursor is. So you can see the torpedo bombers launch torpedoes after them. Dive bombers going after them. So I want to try to boogie as fast as I can. You can watch where the planes disappear, and there we go. He is visible, but he's on the other side of the island. He's at least spotted, but he's well out of my range. I won't be able to hit him. If you look at the mini-map, you got the big circle. That's going to tell you pretty much where your gun range is. I can hold down the alternate key, and it tells me, okay, he's 13.7 kilometers away, and I'm taking he ran out of either planes or got sunk. So, you know what? Not horrible. I mean, 28,000 damage. You know, if I look at the team score, I was midway up the list on experience. Yes, the skill thrower got the most number of kills and the highest XP because, you know, when you can just throw a skill at him, you know, the whole idea of throwing a skill at somebody is throwing torpedoes. Most people will tell you, oh, well, any dumbass can just launch torpedoes and do a huge amount of damage. Yeah, but yes and no. You really kind of have to... proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. You can get absolutely freaking wrecked in no time in a destroyer because you have no armor. You get hit, but you're harder to hit because you're smaller, but if you do get hit, you're going to take a higher percentage of damage per hit than, say, a cruiser or a battleship. So, being that you are a small destroyer, your whole thing is you can usually get closer to the enemy without being spotted. Not so much the case as this. This one, yeah, you got a large surface detection radius, relatively speaking, and a relatively short range on your torpedoes. Poor quality guns. There's not a whole lot positive you can say about this overall as a ship, but good lord, if you can get in there and start spamming torpedoes, your reload rate and the amount of torpedoes you can sling at one time is just stupid. So I'm going to get stupid. I don't care if I get waxed in the first 2 minutes of the battle. I'm going to kick this pig into full throttle. I do have the ability to throw smoke or also hit a turbo boost, so to speak, to go a little bit faster, but I'm not going to live that long. I'm going to jump as quick as I can over here on Alpha, but I'm going to go towards this island first because they're probably going to have destroyer. Because if you look in co-op, everything that we have, they have the identical version of. I don't even know what a Takabana L is. Probably some premium garbage that they threw out. Now, I could shoot that Freon with my guns. I could hit him with my guns. But as soon as I fire my guns, I'm going to give away my position. I don't want to do that. So I could actually, though, come over here and change my launch pattern and dump all of my torpedoes. I have been detected now. There's a Wix over there and a Chester. I could sure use those torpedoes right about now. Oh wait, I got 6 more seconds. So I'm going to open up my pattern. I'm going to start turning out. And this idiot in this other destroyer knows that I'm over here working this area, and he's just rolled right into my torpedo path, so he's going to get shit up. Torpedoes. Good for him. Fuck him.
A disciplinary penalty was imposed on you for friendly fire.
So that noob fuck drove right into where I'm going to be launching torpedoes. Knew that I was going to be doing a torpedo attack, and went right in there anyway. You see, I got spammed by their torpedoes, so I got taken out quickly, and hopefully he got taken out quick. And so I turned pink because of one idiot who fucking cut in on me, and now I'm labeled as a team killer. So I didn't last 1 minute in the fucking battle because I got hit with multiple torpedoes at one time at close range, and I got labeled as a team damager because that cocknob decided he was going to go ahead and cut in front of me. He knew that I was going to be dumping torpedoes there, but he still ran there and cut to my side and got into where I was going. And that's the kind of garbage you're going to run into, is people who don't think. Now, I probably shouldn't have fired my torpedoes, but this dumbass knew that I was going to be working this area. He should have gone somewhere else. So it's on him that I am now labeled as a team killer, and I don't give a shit. I mean, I really don't. I play this game maybe once or twice a month at best. And usually when I get in, I get so pissed off at the idiots that I see playing that, yeah, I end up turning into a bitter old fart that I usually am. So let's finish this out. I'm going to run the Bogue, this aircraft carrier. A lot of people don't like aircraft carriers because they say also they don't take any skill. Anybody can just launch aircraft. Well, you kind of have to think a little bit too, because if you're in a higher tier aircraft carrier, a lot of higher tier ships have really good anti-aircraft capabilities. So you're going to get your plane shot down in no time. So I kind of knew that I would end up getting killed quickly in that ship. And I end up knowing that I'm going to end up being pink because of the stupidity of the other players that they crowd up. It's all about me, 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 me inside games like this where it's free to play. They don't give a shit about anybody else. They're not thinking about anybody else. They're only thinking about their numbers. So now he carried a torpedo up his asshole because he decided to jump in front of me and try to worry about him and get in my kill zone. That's why I don't hate that I actually put shots in his ass. See, I'm not showing up as pink right now because that battle has not ended. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the M key to open up my map. And I'm going to go ahead and queue up my... see, the autopilot, I can hold down Shift.
Autopilot mode enabled.
And then Shift. I'm going to set a couple waypoints. Because I know that my team is probably going to suck donkey nuts, and I'm going to have to stay moving the whole time. So I'm going to go ahead and... there.
Group 2, ready for takeoff.
Now, my ship's going to move along that waypoint and set up, and I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to go ahead and queue up all of my aircraft to go to the middle of the map, because I don't know what to shoot at yet. I just want to get them off the deck and get them flying so that I can start intercepting other stuff.
Maintaining present course.
You cannot rely on your other quote-unquote teammates to cover your ass. I'm the aircraft carrier. I could potentially make or break this battle, but nobody gives a shit about what I'm doing unless I'm not providing them with anti-aircraft support. Because the enemy is also going to have the same thing I've got.
Group 4, airborne.
So I need to be shooting down the enemy with my fighters, which is group number 2. I need to be shooting down the enemy torpedo bombers and dive bombers so that I can protect my team. So now I'm going to go ahead and, if I target the torpedo launchers right now, there's a chance that my fighters are going to automatically break off and go after that one frickin' fighter. So I'm going to go ahead and target both my torpedoes and my dive bombers after this cruiser right here. Meanwhile, my fighters are heading towards these torpedoes, even though that torpedo bomber probably just launched. Nope, now he just launched. And this guy is screwed. He's going to eat at least one. Yep. And he's also got a dive bomber going after him. Look at this shit. I've got 3 different fighter groups going after my frickin' dive bombers. So let's see if I can actually get a hit with these torpedoes. And I got one. Not bad. So I need to start taking out their fighters, because they're going to go after my torpedo bombers. And look at this shit. I got 2 different shipborne aircraft that are just goat raping my damn dive bombers. I lost 2 dive bombers and 2 torpedo planes. And I just lost a fighter, but they've lost almost all of their fighters out of that group. But that second fighter joined in, it got shot down.
destroyed. Awaiting instructions.
So I want to kill all their freaking aircraft. Screw them. That's just one plane. That's just one plane. That other group was actually an actual pack of aircraft. I can double click the numbers. Okay, that one is actually on the carrier deck now, and the other one is landing on the deck now. So I can actually do this and this and send everything after that. Go after that battleship. And let's get these planes flying. So it's actually, you're playing a board game at this. You're not actually playing like you're down there on a regular ship actually attacking. I can click, you see I got an icon of a triangle there. I can click that and my fighters will go and protect that guy. I'm going to target these torpedo planes. May not get there in time to do any good, and I got to cross over the top of this battleship in order to get to the target. So I may lose a fighter going to him. Our team is actually winning, which we better be winning because it's a co-op battle. If you lose a co-op battle, that's just pretty sad. So here's my torpedo planes going after the battleship, and then my dive bombers are coming in. So I'm pretty sure this battleship's going to go down. These guys are trying their ass off to steal my kill there. So I got fighters going after, and actually my dive bombers don't have a target now. So they're getting shot at by fighters, so I need to get them moving. And it appears I got aircraft going after me. So I'm going to send those guys up there. I'm going to go back to my fighter group. And I'm going to get hit by a fucking torpedo because these ass clowns let me get hit by torpedoes. I have to hit my repair key because I got flooding. And someone's crying for anti-aircraft fire support. I got your frickin' anti-aircraft fire support. Don't let shit torpedo my ass and you'll get some. I'm actually going to change my target to this guy. So I set that battleship on fire. And there's our carrier right there. I'm actually going to pull back because I'm going to lose aircraft. And I'm not going to be able to do anything because they have anti-aircraft support as well. I'm actually going to go ahead and say to hell with it and target their carrier. But I'm going to keep my fighters over here just because I want to go after their planes that come off from that. If I can destroy all of their aircraft, then they got nothing to fight back with. And that ship is just useless.
Standing by for instructions. Over. Standing by for instructions. Over.
Yeah, this asshole right here is, I'm naked for God's sake. Who got me up at this hour? This guy's an absolute and utter piece of garbage. So, whenever he's requesting anti-aircraft fire support, he can eat a dick because I don't care. If you're stupid, I'm not helping you. Hey, a collision warning. Lovely. Alright, there goes my torpedoes and launched. And I may, because I've only got 3 planes up there, may get 2 hits. One and... ah, shit, the other one missed. Alright, well, I'm down to 1 plane.
Returning.
The fighters are going back to base. So I do have my dive bombers inbound. All they have is their carrier left, so that's it. So I can actually go back to 1. Where's my ship? Stuck against a friggin' island. Okay, that's a good place for you. On the other side of friggin' Kansas. Alright, so the best that I can do here is... I mean, my fighters are going back to base. or the carrier. All I got is these 3 dive bombers, and I might lose one of them on this. Now these guys are going to go into the heavy rush. Oh, mine, aircraft carrier, I want the kill. Fucking noobs. Everybody gets like in a dry hump mode when they see a carrier. It doesn't matter what the hell's going on anywhere else. Whenever you see an aircraft carrier, all common sense stops and everybody focuses on that damn carrier. Mine, like from that friggin' show Finding Nemo, the seagulls on the dock. They see a fish and they're like, oh, mine, and they tunnel vision on that freaking carrier. Yes, you get more points for sinking a carrier than you do any other ship, but it's all these dipshits think about. And I got credit for it because I set them on fire. So, carrier on carrier battle. 42,000 damage, meh. But since this is co-op instead of PvP, I don't really care for PvP. Because yes, you got to be a better player than the other player. Not always. Because your team could be full of friggin' idiots, and unless you're like Superman and can carry the whole friggin' battle, it's not going to matter. Yes, go fuck yourself. Warning for unsporting conduct. Team kill penalty applied. You lose hit points if you cause damage to your allies. I don't give a fuck. In case of further violations, you will be restricted from access to all types of battles except for co-op, but that's where it friggin' happened, and except for clan and training battles. Well, I don't play PvP, so I don't give a shit. So I gotta play 2 battles without hurting anybody else, and then I get that lifted. So since I'm pink, I'm just gonna say fuck this game and I'm gonna get out of here. Overall, I like the game, but I hate the community. Just way too much garbage that plays it. It's just not quite as bad as World of Tanks. That game is absolute and utter garbage because of the community. It's a really good game, but the community sucks ass. I have been team killed because I didn't play my tank like somebody else thought I should be playing it. Really? It's my fucking tank. It's my fucking game. Let me play how I want to play. I'm not causing any problems to anybody else. I'm minding my own business. And at that point in the game when that happened, I'd already been scoring hits and damage and spotting damage and doing part of what I'm supposed to be doing. But yet, I wasn't playing up to their standards. So I got not only team killed, but I got pushed. They physically took a heavy tank and pushed my light tank out into the open so that I would get attacked and be out of cover, which caused me to get killed because these 2 douche knuckles decided that they know how to play my tank better than I do, and since I wasn't doing what they wanted me to do, I didn't deserve to be there or even be in the game. I played World of Tanks from closed beta on up, and this is the kind of bullshit that I've seen progress into it. It used to be a good community and good game. Now it's utter trash, and I don't recommend that anybody even download the game, much play it. So if you're thinking about World of Tanks, don't. It's not worth playing because the community is garbage and they can't police their garbage fast enough. The wrong people get penalized, and good players who have been there and spent thousands of dollars. Prime example, like in World of Warship here, this Tirpitz, this ship right here, this nice German Tier 8 premium battleship cost almost $50 friggin'. Yeah, $50 for a ship in a video game. Okay, World of Tanks and this game have something in common. Is if I want to add more ships, no slots available, purchase a slot for 300 gold coins. Those doubloons or gold coins cost you real friggin' currency to add more ships to your actual frickin' harbor. So if you want more than, if I want more than the 27 ships that I have now, which I don't really need, but if I want more, I have to spend my hard-earned money to actually get more storage spaces. World of Tanks just as bad. If you start off with one tier 1 tank for each of the nations, so you might have, what, 7 or whatever nations, how many nations there are now, 7 or 8 tanks? That's 7 or 8 slots. And I have 86 tanks in my garage. 86. That means if there were 6 slots initially available, which there were more, I think it's like 8 or 9, but that means that I've purchased all those extra garage slots in order to have that many tanks. 86. I have 6 or either 7 tier 10 tanks, which is the highest tier you can get. I've played the game. I've earned my keep in that game, only to have a couple douche knuckles ruin the experience by team killing or pushing me out of cover. And not only do they not get banned, but I requested that they get banned and that I be notified that they were banned. And since I was not notified, I was told basically that there's no way that they're going to notify me on the situation of how it was being resolved. So fuck you. You can't even tell me how you're going to resolve your stupidity and deal with video evidence. I was streaming it. I recorded the video of them pushing me out of cover and them acting like douche knuckles. And if you can't assure me that they were banned from the game, I don't want them given disciplinary actions and suspended for 3 days. I want those pieces of shit banned from the game. They don't deserve to be there. If they are trolling and harassing good players who have spent thousands of dollars with you, and that's how you're going to let your Patreons, your customers who have spent thousands of dollars with you, you're going to let some free-to-play asshole ruin the experience of someone that's dumped thousands of bucks into your game. Shit, I've got a picture somewhere around of me and Serb, the president of Wargaming. He and I, the chieftain, and a group of other people from Wargaming, and a couple locals here in my hometown, were sitting around drinking beer and eating pizza. Yeah, I bet that piece of shit, those pieces of shit that team killed me there, that particular instance, and it's not the first time I've been team killed by someone that's just an obvious and blatant fucking troll. But yeah, I mean, I've been around. I was a super tester, not just a beta tester, but a super tester. We had our own separate communication systems and frickin' channels that we can talk on, and forum sections and everything else. So I've been around that community, and that's how I get treated when I go back and try to play. It's currently uninstalled. I won't go back. I've got thousands of dollars invested in that game and thousands of hours invested in that game, and I won't even go back because of the garbage that plays it. So, Wargaming, fix your shit, police your community, and have a better way of dealing with trolls and garbage. As it stands, my character account right now is pink for the next 2 battles because some douche knuckle cut in front of me and caused me to get pink. The same that I saw another friendly person on the same team shooting somebody else and only doing small amounts of damage, and when they turn around and return fire, they instantly turn pink. They trolled them into causing that person to go pink. So unless you're going to start fixing your shit and start policing, then what I'm going to end up doing is exiting the game and uninstalling, and recommending that nobody download and play anything from Wargaming. That's how much I hate the way that they're treating their people. So thank you for watching and listening to me, bitch. That's World of Warships by Wargaming.